Hey everybody, this is Petey from the Spinner Rack, and today doing a quick video which I'm going to call my mailbag. Well, you've seen the video I did on 2112. This is something I got in the mailbag, which was Comics Buyer's Guide. The more you get, the more history you find about the comic industry. You can't do anything in the 90s without it. Any of these things, as I said, these docs on Image Comics, any of that stuff, you can't do it without getting this. And don't get it from someone's description from Image saying, because I'm sorry, I'm sorry to say this, but in the documentary, the Image guys, there are a couple of documentaries. The one by there's the Image Comics doc, and then there's also the what is it, the Robert Kirkman doc on Image, and there's probably a bunch of others. But there's the sentiment that was in these things, not just jealous people that wanted to join Image or too scared, because that was the going thing. It gives you the basic issues with some of the statements, the late books, all that stuff. And you can't get any of that sentiment without reading this or the Comics Journal. But the Comics Journal kind of really rough on everything. So there's no reason to read the mainstream comics with it. So that's one of the things that was in there. What else we got? Something I recently got. There's this oddity, a trade of the Man of Steel thing. Now this is an oddity because it's not just your regular trade. This is a trade where they plopped in the original comic books of the Man of Steel. So with the covers and all, editorial, the back pages, everything's in this. So now, if you haven't noticed, especially with my Treasury editions, I really like newsprint. I don't care if Neil Adams says it's toilet paper. This is comics to me. Not always some of the, and I should do this because I have some newsprint stuff, especially stuff Neil Adams in newsprint is really gorgeous. See some of the stuff in his 90 on newsprint? It's really nice. But this is good. This is one of the things I really struggle with, the Burn omnibuses, because they don't really try to look at the color. And even though this isn't like the best, it's still kind of cool. And it's better than what you see in those trades. So I think I'm going to get another trade because I think I have multiple copies of Man of Steel. But I want to get a regular trade and try to compare that to this to see if they up the printing or lessen the printing, right? So over the years, I've done many, what are those things called? They're called Kickstarters and Indiegogos. And this is one I got, the Right Project, the digital Daredevil. You see the shine, the kind of comes off the light, right? This is by Tom DeFalco and Ron Friends. Yes, I said it. Tom DeFalco and Ron Friends. You might have seen some of my old talks, my complaints about their Thor, their FF. But I was a fan of their Spider-Man, and I like a lot of their Avengers Next Generation stuff. It really was kind of the, the something that was connected to their actual FF and their Thor series, Thor comics, but at the same time, it was still fun. So you can see from this first page, this is way cool. I got a digital copy somewhere on my computer. And what else do I got of this? There's a pin that came with this. This story is basically about this kid, and he has this digital person. So it's like sort of like a Captain Marvel, but it's like a digital Captain Marvel. This character, he appears when these bad guys do this stuff, right? So it's kind of like, yeah, Captain Marvel thing, the right stuff type of character. So yeah, it's real classic Marvel type of action, ballet, that sort of thing. So it's a gorgeous project. I recommend. So now I've been on this quest to get um, a bunch of Silver Surfer stuff, right? You've seen I had Mobius and Stan Lee. I have I have two of the Kirby, Stan Lee and Kirby 70s graphic novel. I have the what's the name? What's the other one I have? I have the I guess it would be sort of the volume 2 in 3 trades with Burns one shot, and then Marshall Rogers and Steve Englehart's story series, the first like 10 to 12 issues, and the epic things. I have that. I have a trade of the first 6 issues of the Silver Surfer, and what else? I have the artist edition. So to add with this, I have the graphic novel, which was plotted by John Buscema, um, script by Stan Lee, and Tom DeFalco, I believe, helped um, John Buscema with the story. You see credit down on the bottom. So this is the all splash page Surfer story that that John Buscema did, and this is like this isn't the end of his career, but towards this period he did a bunch of graphic novels. He'd seen that burn, and I think Simonson did an all splash page, and I have a video about all splash pages, and he talks about this in the interview, in Comics Interview. He talks about the struggle of trying to do something like this, because it's not as simple to draw the reader to the next page. So, and then I think someone complimented him and said, "Oh, so if you liked it, then well, I'm glad it worked." But he definitely said it was tough, right? So, since there's one other Silver Surfer thing I want to get, that I know I want to get, which is the stuff by Ron Garney. I have the comics, but I would like to have a trade of that stuff. So that's one of the ones I feel are kind of real. So yeah, this is a gorgeous book to have. I finally got it after I used to read that in the comic stores a lot. And this came with it, which was The Punisher, Return to the Big Nothing, right? I haven't read this one yet, but this was, I guess, companion to their miniseries. Right? I don't think they finished. I don't think Mike Zeck finished drawing that, but it's cool. This one's a little warped, but I mean, to get some of this great Mike Zeck art. Yeah, so that's it for the mailbag of books that I'm getting. On the hunt for, I have to go to the store. I've only seen a couple issues online, but I have to get the Thing by Walter Mosley. It's only a 6-part series, and then next it's going to go into a Steve Skroce 6-parter with, I think, multiple characters. So I also recommend that from what I've seen. But there it is. These are the stuff I got recently. My mailbag. Laters.